Gracias por la oportunidad de estar aquí. Thank you for being here. It's great to have our Senator, Rick Scott, here, who I get to introduce. I'm here in District 12. Let me just introduce a couple of other people, beginning with my colleague to the left, Commissioner Kevin Cabrera, who is also a longtime friend, and our three of the members of the council that are here from the great town of Medley, which I get to represent. So welcome to District 12. Bienvenido a Distrito 12. Una oportunidad de estar aquí con ustedes, con mi colega. Obviously, it's an honor to be here con Gustavo, el equipo completo, Yo Gusto. This is one of the businesses in our district. I'm very proud to represent this district and represent the town of Medley. The senator was reminding me of something, which was the day that I met him when I was the mayor of a city a little bit to the south. And at the time, he was running and became our governor. And he received the support of so many great cities at the time because of his commitment to the state of Florida. And now he's continued being a great representative for us in Washington, D.C. And one of the reasons that he's been a great representative is because he keeps his word when he says he's going to do something. He was always focused on businesses and the growth of Florida, of our business industry, and also of businesses here in the state of Florida and here in the United States. And today, we're here in a place where you have not only a great small business, which is no longer that small, but it's a great story, and second of all, made in the United States, mostly made in the state of Florida. Es un honor estar aquí con ustedes en este distrito, que yo tuve la oportunidad de conocer al senador cuando estaba postulándose para gobernador y recibió el apoyo de muchos de nosotros en ese momento. En aquel tiempo era alcalde de una ciudad hacia el sur, por el compromiso que siempre tuvo con nosotros en la Florida, pero también más importante que todo, el compromiso que tuvo y sigue teniendo ahora como senador con los negocios pequeños y también los negocios que de aquí del estado de la Florida y en los Estados Unidos. Y hoy en día nos encontramos aquí con Gustavo y su equipo en un negocio que ya no es tan pequeño, como mencioné antes, pero sigue siendo producido aquí en el estado de la Florida, primordialmente en los Estados Unidos. Así que es un honor para mí introducir a nuestro senador, Rick Scott. It's an honor to introduce our senator, Rick Scott.
A lot of people remember the race in 2010, so because nobody knew me then. So first off, I just want to recognize a few people. I want to thank Gustavo Perez and his family. They lived the American dream. You know, they came here from another country because of communism, socialism, and they got to come here and live our dream. And think about this whole country, and especially South Florida. South Florida has been built by people who come here, started from Cuba, but from Venezuela, from Nicaragua, from Colombia, from Argentina, all over Latin America. And we've attracted the best and the brightest people out of Latin America, and they've built all these wonderful businesses. So so Gustavo, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
And think about all the jobs you created. So congratulations. So I want to just recognize a few people. Commissioner Bermudez. We had when I got elected, I think you were already elected.
Yeah,
mayor, right?
I was mayor.
First mayor.
Yeah,
First mayor of Doral, and we had the opportunity to work well together. My job as governor is actually to help the local elected, because if you want to build your state, you want every mayor and every county commissioner and everybody to do well. So that's what we had the opportunity to do. I want to recognize Commissioner Kevin Cabrera. Thank you for being here. I want to thank Lillian. Thank you for being here. Lillian's one of the quietest people you've ever met. She is great. Lillian she's built South Florida Hispanic Chamber from scratch. And how many members you have now? 1,500? Yeah. If you want to go to a fun event, you go to her
Wine
event.
and mojitos, right?
Yeah.
Wine and mojitos.
Yeah, it's fun. I want to thank Mandy Yanis for being here, and I want to thank all the elected officials from Medley. On my way over here, the first thing I did was I wanted to make sure that the mayor was invited, because I probably did a lot of job announcements in Medley when I was governor. And Roberto is a wonderful promoter of the city, and he's got a great county commission, our county city council, and they do a great job. So what's always been important to me is jobs. When I ran in 2010, the only thing I talked about, if you asked me the weather, I talked about jobs. It's the most important thing you can do to somebody, is get them the ability to be self-sufficient. A lot of us didn't grow up with wealth. I didn't grow up with wealth, and so that you find out pretty early that your parents having a job or you having a job is a pretty big deal. So as governor, that's why I focused on, and it wasn't government didn't add any jobs, but the private sector in those 8 years while I was governor added 1.7 million jobs. That's 1.7 million people, their lives changed because they were able to get a job. I remember when I got elected, we were in terrible shape. Businesses weren't hiring, people were moving out of the state. So, Yo Gusto. This is first off, the Gustavus family has built a great dairy farm, and they produce great dairy products. But what's unusual is what's hard to do is if you're in a business that's selling a commodity, you don't get paid very well. You're subject to the market. If you can go build a brand, you build something that's very valuable. They built Yo Gusto, and everybody up here, whether it's the ranchers, or whether it's the people that work here or the people that work on the farm, everybody is in a better position because they built a brand. And what I like is it's fresh from Florida, and also it's all made in the United States of America. China is a despicable government. We should never, ever buy anything from communist China. Never. First off, their products are horrible. But second off, they want to destroy our way of life. First off, I support contraception. I support IVF. My daughter's going through IVF. When you have a family member going through IVF, you know how hard it is on women. It's really tough. But what Chuck Schumer is just having political fights because he can't talk about the border. He can't talk about the military. He can't talk about inflation because they've caused all of these. So they're just going to have these show fights, and they're going to say, here's a vote about something. It's not really about that, but they're just going to try to cause controversy in the election.
So which it looks like what he did by just raising it last week, but what is Senate Republicans' opposition to the Duckworth?
So the bills, what they're doing is it's way more than one thing, right? Like I have a resolution up there that says we just support IVF. I can't get one Democrat to sign on, right? So what they do is they always take away religious freedom. They're always taking away religious freedom, and everything they try to do like this, and you can't do that. I mean, we have our First Amendment rights.
So what was their opposition to yours?
Because it doesn't fit their narrative. I mean, theirs just doesn't fit their narrative. I mean, Schumer just wants to fight about something because he can't. I mean, he can't talk about the border, can't talk about immigration, can't talk about inflation, can't talk about the military. There's nothing he can talk about. Foreign policy, everything's a disaster. So he tries to change the conversation.
That's their issue.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Senator,
do you have any message for the Hispanics who want to make their own products here in the United States?
Sí. Los votantes hispanos, los negocios hispanos son muy importantes para mí. Es muy importante que productos crean en los Estados Unidos. El resultado es trabajos para todas las familias en nuestro país. Feliz, el sueño americano para todos los negocios que crean productos en América.
Thank you.
Yo soy un empresario, me gustan negocios, me gusta crear negocios. Es un placer estar aquí con Gustavo, un gran empresa para productos en todo el país, productos maravillosos y muchos trabajos para muchas personas en la Florida. Felicidades por su éxito.
Gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Estamos en Yogusto.
Dándole unos yogur a la muchacha.
Ahí está el mango, el kefir.
El más que le gusta a ella de guayaba.
El de guayaba.
Gracias, yogur.
Ese es el que más le gusta a ella.
Ese es el que más le gusta a ella.
¿Listo?
Te la voy a comprar.